Hi friends, and welcome back to True North Leadership Academy, where we equip youth leaders, Pathfinder directors, and ministry volunteers to lead with clarity and conviction. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any of our upcoming content. So I'm going to warn you, today we're talking about something that might challenge your comfort zone a little bit, and that is teen-led ministry. Yes, that's right. Actually letting your teens lead. Let me ask you this question. Have you ever planned an event for your teens that flopped? I mean, they didn't show up, they didn't engage, or they looked like they'd rather be anywhere else but there. Here's the hard truth. If teens don't have ownership, they're not going to have investment. And if they're never trusted to lead, they're never going to believe they can. So there's this recent study done by Barna Group on Generation Z, and they found out that teens today are not lacking in passion, they're lacking in opportunity. They want to make a difference, they want to speak up, they want to take action, but here's the kicker. Less than 30% of church-going teens said that they had ever been asked to lead in their local church. Yet when given the chance, they thrive. You see, leadership is best learned by doing, not just watching. Just like Jesus sent out the disciples before they felt ready, we need to send out our teens with support, but also with freedom. Guys, this matters because when teens lead, three powerful things happen. One, they grow spiritually. Teaching or leading pushes them to wrestle with what they believe and why they believe it. Two, they feel seen and valued. You're not just telling them they're the church of tomorrow, you're showing them that they're the church of today. And three, they influence their peers. You see, teens listen to other teens, and when students lead worship or preach or organize an activity or a service project, it spreads. Here's what letting teens lead doesn't mean. Letting them lead doesn't mean stepping back and watching chaos unfold. It doesn't mean abdicating your leadership. It means becoming a coach instead of a commander. You shift from being the center of the ministry to being the support, the scaffolding around it. You still guide, you still teach, but you give them the microphone. So let's talk about some practical ways to start this teen-led ministry. Let's make this real for you. Give you some hands-on, Pathfinder-friendly ways to let your teens start leading out. The first thing I can think of is let your TLTs lead your worship or your devotional. Let those older ones start planning and leading your opening worship. Whether this is a song or a skit, a Bible verse, a short thought, this is their moment to grow in spiritual leadership. Encourage them to be creative. Come up with activities, something out of the box. Then afterwards, most importantly, debrief with them. Give them some suggestions and some encouragement. You can form Pathfinder leadership teams. Assign teens to lead different areas of your club night, like setup or flag ceremonies. Take attendance, plan the games, do the snack, give out the supplies. You can rotate these roles to help them organize and delegate and learn to solve problems with adult intervention. Give them an opportunity to try a variety of different roles within your club. This idea is perhaps my favorite, and that is teaching honors. Let your TLTs teach and honor. Help them get excited about it. Help them prepare what they're going to teach, get the materials, encourage them to be creative, create hands-on activities, and support them behind the scenes. But you let them run the show. You give them the microphone. It builds them confidence, and it builds up their skills. You can also let your Pathfinders lead service projects. Instead of just doing the service, let them lead it. Have them brainstorm outreach ideas, have them reach out to community partners, teach them how to make phone calls, and teach them how to organize a project from start to finish. You know, like packing blessing bags or visiting a nursing home or hosting some kind of donation drive. Guide them through the process, but let them drive. You can give them roles at Pathfinder Camporees. Give them real responsibilities at events. Let them serve as unit leaders, assistants at different activities, or campfire hosts. These are the roles that help them take ownership in the program and see that they're not just participants, but they're part of the leadership team. I hate to break this to you, but there's going to have to be some things you let go of. To do this well, you're going to have to lay down some things. The first thing you're going to have to let go of, control. You see, things aren't going to go perfectly, and that's okay. Let growth be the goal, not performance. You're going to have to let go of speed. You see, teen-led ministry takes longer. Decisions are going to take longer, but that's where the growth happens in this process. You're also going to have to let go of your ego, because sometimes those teens are going to shine brighter than you are. And that's good. That means you're doing your job. Now, here's what your teens do need from you. They need training. They need direct teaching of leadership skills. They need to learn how to public speak. They need to learn how to plan, discipline, teach, budget, time management, biblical grounding. They're going to need all that from you. They're going to need feedback, constructive, loving feedback and encouragement as they step out of their comfort zone and try new things. Now, most importantly, remember to praise their effort, not just their results. They're going to need a safety net from you. You're going to have to be there when things fall apart, because they will sometimes. You got to teach them how to recover and show them that failure isn't fatal to the program. You need to speak life over them often, publicly, remind them of their calling, why we're doing this ministry. You see, you don't create leaders by protecting them from risk. You create leaders by walking with them through the risk. I mean, think about what you risk every day as a leader. They're risking that same thing, even though they're just a teenager, and you've got to be there with them. Let me end with telling you a real life example. So in our club last year, we let our TLTs take the lead on teaching some Pathfinder honors. One group taught bogs and fens. And get this, they made this hands-on project where kids were recreating the different layers of a bog using different colored Jell-O. And then another group was teaching dunes, and they came up with this activity where they used sand and blowing through straws to simulate how wind forms different kinds of dunes. I mean, was it perfect? No. Was it messy? Yeah. But did they learn? Absolutely. I mean, they created slides, they got to practice classroom management, and they learned how to collaborate with a partner and share this responsibility. They weren't just delivering this honor lesson. They were growing in leadership, problem solving. They got confidence. And you see, next time it's going to be even better, because now they've experienced what it takes to lead from the front. And they're excited to try again, because we scaffolded and supported them to do that. That's what happens when you trust teens with real responsibility. They rise to it. So here's the challenge. Let them lead, not someday, not when they're older, now. And when they mess up, and they will, don't take the reins back. Lean in, coach, pray, cheer them on, support. Because when we trust the next generation to lead with God's help, we discover that He's been preparing them all along. Next week on True North Leadership Academy, we're going to talk about how to stop handing out tasks to your teens and instead how to start handing out trust. Please don't forget to hit that subscribe button and share with your friends. We'll see you next time.